And welcome, cat, ladies and gentlemen, to a cat episode, spelled with a K, edition of This Is Our Life. Okay, cat, you put up something about Italian bread. Why is it Italian bread or was it French bread? French bread. Why does French bread taste so good? I agree, but I shared with you pan de horno. Pan de horno is from my country, and yeah, Spain. If you don't know, you might not know, but anyway, of course, I'm biased. I'm going to say pan de horno is even better than French or Italian bread, but they're actually pretty much the same thing. It's just that one recipe comes from Spain, another recipe comes from France, another comes from Italy. I was about to say France twice. But here's the thing. The best way to eat pan de horno is with a tortilla. Not a tortilla like you're used to, but tortilla. This is my comfort food. Okay, this is what I like to eat. Ask my wife. I haven't made it actually in quite a long time, but I don't like making it too often because if I make it too much, then it's no longer special.
I just don't feel like eating it. It's too carbohydrate.
Um, um,
You know what I mean?
but okay, now everybody makes it different. Okay, a Spanish tortilla, tortilla español. Everybody makes it a little differently. I have my way of making it. Others have their way of making it. I can share recipes with you from all recipes and every other site, but you have to make it several times and decide for yourself what's the best way for you. The way I like to make it. Now, originally I made it by slicing potatoes. Use olive oil. Don't use any other kind of oil. Or as we said in Texas, all. How do you spell oil in Texan? A-L-L. All. And pump them all down there. Anyway, um, so use some olive oil. Now, personally, I like olive oil. I kind of overdo it for probably for my wife and for everybody else. I overdo olive oil because I love olive oil. Okay, it doesn't come. The tortilla actually will come out like that, maybe thicker. It depends on how you want to do it. And I take a slice some potatoes, put it in the pan, and cook them till they're just almost done. Another way of doing it, in which I've moved on to this way of doing it instead of the sliced potatoes, because you slice them thin, so they'll cook.
Kind of hard to do.
Yeah, is cut them into, like chop them up, but pretty good sized chunks, not real small. I mean, you want good sized chunks. And there are people, in in Spain that do it that way, but to each his own on this one. Um, and then you take some eggs, beat them up really good. I'd add a little milk to it, so because the moisture in the milk will help it expand.
Egg abuse.
Egg abuse. Beating the eggs. Um, a little a little salt and pepper. You really don't have to add anything more to it. Garlic, I would add garlic, but that's another product, another thing that I think I overdo for most people. It's not overdoing it for me, but for my wife, for you, for everybody else, I probably overuse garlic, overuse olive oil, overuse hot stuff, chilies. But you take you have the potatoes in there. If you want to add some like hot pepper flakes, chili flakes, you can, but that's definitely not traditional. In España, there's not a whole lot in the way of spicy food. There's just like this one region of Spain where they have some spicy food, but the rest of Spain, it's like,
I know what hot food is, huh?
yeah, it's like, what? No. Now, a tortilla español is something you serve with family and friends. You would have it as a tapa. Um, it, I eat it as a meal, not as a tapa, but that's me. And how you slice it, that's another thing. I used to slice it like a pie slice, but it doesn't fit on the bread all that well. So you can slice it into square, small.
Yeah, it's like trying to get it on the bread.
Yeah, squares or rectangles, you know. And what you do is you take some pan de horno. You slice a pan de horno. Then you take a slice of tomato, a real juicy tomato. I do mean a really juicy tomato. And you squeeze it, you know, put all that meat from the tomato onto the bread.
Uh-oh, you got tomatoes.
Then you take a slice of the tortilla. There is no flour, there's no masa, there's no nothing. It's egg. Please do not put olives in it. I just saw a recipe with olives. Ooh.
Olive?
Olives. It put sliced olives in it. I would think that'd be kind of strong for it.
Ripe olives or green olives?
The black ones. And yes,
They're a little milder.
I come from the heart of Spanish olive country, but I don't like olives, but I do love olive oil. Go figure, right?
They're not so salty. Green ones are.
Now, if you want it, like this one recipe, they had onions. If you want to add onions, I wouldn't add a whole lot of onions to it because you want the egg, but the egg is not like eggy egg. But anyway, and everybody cooks it differently. Now you put it in the pan, in a frying pan. Cook it slow. Don't stir it. Just pour it in there and just let it cook, and cook it slow. And it'll start cooking all the way through. That's why you have to cook it on low, because if you cook it on high, it'll just burn it. And the bottom will be a little brown. And once it's firm, almost all the way up, very carefully flip it over. How do we do it? We take a plate, put it over the frying pan, and flip it. Even that, it'll break sometimes. And then you slide it back into the frying pan and let the top side cook. Now the top side is on the bottom. Once that's... See, some people cook it, and some people don't flip it. I do, because I don't want raw egg. And some people will leave the center just a little moist, or, you know, not completely cooked. I don't like that.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, so I kind of cook my egg a little firmer than my tortilla a little firmer than a lot of people would. And once you got it, you just slice it up. Just Google tortilla español or Spanish tortilla. This is not a Mexican tortilla. There is no flour. There is no masa. It is egg. That's all it is. I mean, not all it is. I like potato in mine. That's pretty traditional. I don't know about onion. Again, if you do onion, I wouldn't use a whole lot.
Lightly.
Yeah, lightly. And I like onions.
That would get overwhelming.
Yeah. And the same to me with the olives. The olives, I would think, would kind of overwhelm the rest of it. This one recipe says put some parsley in it. Ugh. I just don't think that's
maybe just for color.
Yeah, that's just me though. I definitely would not put well, what's that herb that I use in Mexican cooking?
Chives.
Not chives. Cilantro.
Cilantro.
Do not put cilantro in it because it's too strong. It will overwhelm it. I mean, you could if you wanted to. I mean, to each his own when you're making a tortilla. But anyway, I want. Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you. So the pan de horno and the tortilla español, again, you take you slice the pan de horno, you slice the bread, and you have a slice however thick you want it. Again, to each his own on the thickness. Take a slice of tomato, very, very juicy tomato, mind you, and you squeeze it and get all that juice and meat onto the bread. Then you take a slice of the tortilla and you put it on top. Heaven. So, there you go. That's my recipe for the day.